Good day, everyone. I am Dexter Iburse, and we are Group 7. And our topic for today is mental health awareness. So, our tagline is mental health. It's okay not to be okay. Always remember that. We all know that it is really hard to open up problems afraid that other people might judge you, especially during this time of COVID-19 pandemic. The percentage of stress and depression is high, especially to those students like us. We, the new normals, have set up in school, which is really a challenge. How do you cope up with everything that had happened in your life right now? So we are having so much schools, families dying, friends that die from COVID. You have illnesses, you have ailments, and now let's talk about it. Mental health. So first we have a quote here by Unknown. One day you will tell your stories or story of how you overcome what you went through, and it will become part of someone else's survival guide. Remember that. Number one, what do you mean by mental health? Number two, why is mental health important? In this lesson, we are going to tackle about mental health problem that affect communication, reasons, tips, and approaches to overcoming mental health illness. So that is the lesson that we are going to tackle. Mental health is all about emotions, thoughts, feelings, and our social, psychological well-being, the way we think and feel controls of our attitude towards others and make us behave in a certain way in different situations. Being mentally healthy is a necessity for people of every age so that they can feel good and live their lives in the best possible way. So everyone from children, teens, uh, young professionals, or even at the old age, we all have mental health issues, and that is fine if you have one. So we are here to hear that. So how does mental health communication affect communication? Mental health illnesses can result in memory loss, for instance, especially in dementia patients. So it can result in memory loss if short-term memory loss if your friend say something to you, uh, you can uh, forget it in just a short amount of period of time. This can cause permanent damage to communication and it can further influence their social skills and dysphagia, swallowing pattern. When this happens, according to studies, mental health issues such as depression and anxiety may lead to speech deficits, such as long pauses during a conversation. So your mental health always affect your communication because it is your brain that is suffering from something, and it can lead to speech deficits when you are talking to someone, when you are reporting, uh, when you are doing videos. What to do? Get medical proof. Number two, find reliable psychiatrist. Three, compare your options. So one, get medical proof. Always know how to take checkup. So when you are feeling something is wrong, when they think you have anxiety or depression, don't call it right away like that. Always seek medical help. Find reliable psychiatrist because a reliable psychiatrist will give you reliable proof or a reliable medical proof that you have a mental health illness. So compare your option. Don't just go to just one. A psychiatrist always have your second opinions in touch. So yeah, that's what you're going to do if you feel something wrong, if you feel that you have anxiety or if you have stress, if you have depression. How does mental health affect your physical health? Mental state has a direct impact on your physical health. Direct impact, so when your mental health is deteriorating or it is going down, your physical health will go down too. They are considered as separate entities, but two goes hand in hand. When the mental health is physical health is they are uh, apart from each other, but it always go ties together. They are both connected to each other. So, World Health Organization, or WHO, defines health as a state of complete physical and mental and social well-being, because our mind and body are both connected. As I said earlier, when your mind is slowly deteriorating or slowly going down, or and your body will go down too, because as you see in the picture, when your mental health is not okay, you will have stress, you will have mood swings, your self-esteem will be low, and the risk of depression, anxiety will go up. But when you have physical health, when you have a good physical health, it can reduce your stress, improves mood, lifts self-esteem, lowers risk of depression and your anxiety. Three reasons why mental health is important. Mental health affects physical health. Depression, for example, can lead to suicidal ideations, and if untreated, suicidal attempts. We are not balanced people. If you only focus on physical health, the mind and the body are connected. Many mental ailments cause stress, which lowers the immune system. This means more frequent sickness and inability to cope. So depression can lead to suicidal thoughts. So when you are suicidal, you can harm yourself, you can cut yourself, you can hang yourself, you can overdose yourself from certain medicine. So and so don't just focus on physical health, because when you just focus on your physical health while your mental health is kept untouched, yeah, you will slowly go down. Your immune system, as it says in the slide, lowers the immune system. So when you have lower immune system, your body cannot fight illnesses. Even a small cold can caught you off guard. Then end stigma and shame to lead better lives. So the stigma is that when you have anxiety, or you're just depressed, they will just call you nag-iinarte. So don't say that to someone who has that. And for those who is undergoing mental health illnesses or depression or anxiety or insomnia or anything as such, uh, just always know that there are people who understands you, and don't just uh, don't just put your ears to those people who is who's yung pulling you down. Always know that there are people who loves you, that there are people who will understand you. And lastly, mental health affects everything. Everything means everything that surrounds that person, his lifestyle, his friends. He will isolate himself. Lack of treatment leads to hopelessness and sadness, worthlessness, feeling guilty, anxiety and worry, fear and loss of control. Our relationship may suffer, our performance in any situation such as school or work may decline. Withdrawal and isolation may happen. So when you are isolating yourself because you thought you are worthless, uh, you don't have something to do with your friends, because you thought that you are an outcast, you feel guilty in everything, that you are the one who did it. Just like that, your relationship with your loved ones, your family, it will suffer, because you will go out, or you will go inside your room rather, because you will isolate yourself. You won't talk about it because you thought that they won't understand your that they won't uh, love you anymore because you have that. Don't think of that. Or just see that people, even though they are smiling, they are happy, they have something hidden inside of them. There are people who lives happy lives, complete lives, but still happens to have depression. And don't judge those people, because we don't know what they go through, even though they are successful in their lives, even though they have so much of everything in their lives. Don't think that they won't have those uh, illnesses, because it is mental health. Even though you have a lot of money, you will always find that you are feeling lonely, feeling sad, and that's just not that. You will always have that something that will worry you, that will make you a double guess of everything. Then they process the mental illness. So it will lead to this. Number one, biological. Number two, psychological. Number three, sociological. Biological influences, evolution, individual genes, brain structure, and chemistry. So evolution, it can go pass through down your genes or the hereditary part when your family or your uh, grandparents or the family tree of your family will have those mental illness, so it can pass down to you. Psychological influences, stress, trauma, learned helplessness, mood-related perception, and memories. So those stress, when you are so much in stress for weeks, for months, you just feel stressed and you don't feel happy anymore. It can lead to mental illness or trauma when you're a kid, you are a child, you can experience those trauma and everything will just put through it and it can cause through phobias too. Like me, I have thalassophobia or fear of deep waters. Uh, I don't know what phobia you have, but it can cause mental illness too. So learned helplessness, that when they talk to someone, that someone is not ready to hear what they say, uh, that every one of their loved ones or friends turn back to them, and they will just thought that the world turned back to them. So they will just isolate themselves, and at the end, it will cause mental illness too. Mood-related perceptions and memories. Your mood perceptions, what do you perceive? If you're always angry or always sad, and your memories, of course, because of like the trauma. Social-cultural influences, rules, expectations, definitions of normality, and disorder. So the rules that just the feminism and masculinity, that men cannot go inside home and do home chores while a woman cannot do construction works, but now it is not expectations of your families, your teachers, your friends, that like you will have good grades, that you will always have good grades because you are a consistent honor student, but they won't know that you are going through a lot, going that you are going through a lot of pain, through a lot of stress because you cannot cope up with because you have mental illness. Then definition of normality and disorder. So the definition of normal is that there are only one or there are only a guy and a female, just like that. That there are no anymore, but it is okay that it is normal if you are a part of the LGBTQIA community, and even you have a disorder like Down syndrome, it is fine. You're still normal. You're still, uh, but it can cause mental illness too. Tips to improve and overcome mental health illness. Make healthy choices. Eat well. It is very easy to relieve your hunger pangs by taking a snack, but simply interchanging food can help your mind stay more focused throughout the day. For example, eating fresh fruits and raw nuts. So eating fresh fruits and raw nuts can make your mind focus more. Like when you are studying, you can eat fruits or raw nuts so that you can remember all the things uh, that you are reviewing. Have some quiet time, of course. Our surroundings have too much noise since there are so many activities taking place around us that we lack enough resting time. When we are outdoors, we are surrounded by cars, hooting, and public noises from people or the general hustle of the environment. When we are indoors, such as being in an office, you are surrounded by noises from conversation, typing, telephones, and printers. So always have your quiet time. When you go out of your work, you can sit on a 7-Eleven store, on a bench, and you can think of it. Reflect what happened to your day. Think that, pray that you will have a good day tomorrow. If your day is not good today, uh, just think, just have a quiet time of yourself. And when you go to sleep, before you sleep, always have quiet time. Just talk to God and pray after. Avoid stress. The stress causes can easily be solved by making small positive changes by avoiding that what triggers them. Take a walk or rest in a quiet place in the fresh air on your own. So learn how to be by yourself. And that's one thing that I learned. So stress, you can avoid it by making positive changes on what they triggers them or what triggers your stress. Like when you have a lot of when you are cramming, don't do cramming. Okay, because it will just lead to so much stress because you don't know what you will do first, you don't know what will you choose. So just like that, avoid stress. Avoid, you cannot avoid stress, but you can avoid the things that triggers them. Okay, keep your mind active. Try playing with crosswords or puzzles, reading a book, or solving jigsaw. Many people decide involving themselves in gaming as a way of improving brain power. Games include induce excitement, releases positive emotions that keep the brain active and encourage a sharp mind, thus improving mental health. Just like me, I do gaming because gaming improves my strategical thinking or anything that just do. It improves my mind and body. If you have always keep your mind busy all the time. When you are trying to overthink, always just play or always read books because or solve jigsaw puzzles because it will keep your mind busy. And when you keep your mind busy, those things running through your mind will just go off because your mind is busy thinking what you will do to the game or what book you will read or imagining what happening in the book and solving the jigsaw where the piece will go. Uh, just like that. Number five, talk about it. It has been said that a problem half shared is a problem half solved. Thus, there is always a way out and half available. And if it is never as hard as it appears to find a solution, talk about it means just say it to someone you trust the most, a best friend of yours, a family member that you trusted, your loved ones, your partner, or your some a special someone. You can talk it to them when you are feeling suicidal or when you have stress, anxiety, or depression. You can talk about it to them. Or when you have problems, when you have family problems, financial problems, always talk it out because as the quote says, a problem half shared is a problem half solved. Then when you share it, it can be solved. Not just as fast as possible, but it can be solved moderately. Okay. So six, drink sensibly. Occasional light drinking is perfectly healthy and enjoyable for most people. So always drink moderate. So when you are out or when it has occasions, when a birthday, a celebration, a wedding, you can drink, but just drink moderately because too much drinking can also cause bad for can also bad uh, men can also cause bad things to your body. Then number seven, don't blame yourself. Okay, remember that. If something you've tried doesn't work for you, always remember this quote, different things work for a different people. So don't blame yourself when you cannot do it, when you cannot do math, you can be good at science or you can be good at dancing, then that someone good in math cannot be good at both. Always remember that there will always be something you are good at. It can be something you love. It can be something that you don't explore yet. But always know that you are good in something. No one can be good at both. Yes, they can do good at academics, but they cannot be good at extracurriculars. Just like that, they can be good at extracurriculars, but they are not good in academics. So, okay. Number 8, value yourself. As the number 7 says, don't blame yourself, and it also applies here. Treat yourself with kindness and respect and avoid self-criticism. Make time for your hobbies. Treat yourself with kindness and respect. Uh, Tell some compliments to yourself that you are hardworking, you did a great job. It is okay and it is fine to tell that to yourself once every time, okay? So always be polite to yourself and avoid self-criticism. Self-criticism is okay for your self-improvement, but when you are just downing yourself, just don't do it. It won't help you. Make time for your hobbies. Always make time to walk or to play your sports, your games. Just always make time for it because it's what you love, okay? So value yourself, value what you have, or value what you are doing for yourself. Take care of your body. Taking care of yourself physically can improve your mental health. Get enough sleep and exercise and drink plenty of water. So as what I said earlier, your physical health is connected to your mental health, even though uh, one they are one entities. They are different entities from each other. So taking care of yourself physically can improve your mental health. Get enough sleep and exercise. So when you enough sleep is just 6 to 8 hours. If you have something to do, then sleep 6 hours regularly and exercise of okay. So it can also be to value yourself. Of course, exercise, do some exercise for the day, 15 to 30 minutes exercise can do, and drink plenty of water. So, drinking plenty of water is 8 glasses of water a day, and it can uh, reduce your headaches by a lot. 10. Surround yourself with good people. Make plans with supportive family members and friends, or set out activities when you can meet new people, such as a club, class, or support group. Then, so this number 10, surround yourself with good people. So every people that can give you support or that can give you compliments, surround yourself with them because they can help you to cope up with. It can be your cope up mechanism when you are down. So number 11, and lastly for the last is give yourself. Volunteer your time and energy to help a group of foundation or someone else. You'll feel good doing something tangible to help someone in need. And it's a great way to meet new people. So give yourself. Give yourself to the community, to volunteer. Volunteerism isn't that bad. It is not bad. So volunteer. You can share what your stories to the people you to the people who is having mental illness too. If they are having depression, you can tell them how to cope up and how to manage or how to have a coping mechanism when they need one. So uh, always give yourself. But the number one rule is always stand by your own feet. Know how to stand on your own two feet. Because when there is no one beside you, when you are just alone, you can always you cannot always uh, you cannot always count on people. If you want to solve your problems, yes, they can help, but there will always be, even though they help, if you don't want to stand up on your own, there will be nothing done. So always know that if you want to be healthy mentally and physically, always start within yourself. Love yourself, give support to what you love doing. Give yourself some love. And that will always be the first rule when you want to have a good mental health. And so that's all. And this is our references. So this is the names of my members, and I am the leader, Dexter Padlan Burse. So thank you. That's all. So again, our slogan is, it is okay not to be okay. And it will always be fine. And it was